Hello! Nice of you to join me today, my fellow friend. Why yes, this is my podcast. It's called Archie's Aroma podcast. And it's really bad. Yeah, the quality, man. I was thinking about this before the show, and I'm like, it's not getting any better. I mean, it's getting watchable, like and listenable, but it's not getting better. It's just getting to like the bare minimum. I've been thinking actually, what is like the bare minimum that you need to know? Because I was like to my friend, should I actually, I should check that the camera's recording. Alright guys, it's recording. But did you lose attention? Probably. That was what that was really about. I was just checking your attention span. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, I was talking to my friend the other day and he was like, I love cars. And I'm like, I don't really know anything about cars. You're just talking to me about cars. And I'm like, okay, the camera's in autofocus. That's good. Alright, we're good. Alright, guys. How's your attention span going, guys? Am I talking fast enough? Okay. Good. At least you won't need to listen to this in anything but maybe like half speed. Yeah. So anyway, that's the only positive I've found about this podcast so far. You don't have to speed it up. Congratulations. And I'm really restraining myself from saying the C word here, so it's really good learning for all of us, right? You're getting better attention spans, and I'm getting better at not saying the C word. Better self-control. Better discipline. Anyway, so hopefully I don't have ADHD and I can actually finish this thought. I was talking to my friend the other day, he likes cars, I don't like cars, and I'm like, well, maybe I should know something about cars. And he's like, yeah, you should definitely know cars, because then you can fix them. I'm not going to fix a car. Who do you think I am? Some dude at like the mechanics doing blackface? But he's actually just working on a car? No, that's not me. I'm not going to go sliding onto that bitch. No way. Because I'm going to kill myself. I don't know what's under there. It's going to like squash me or something. Put my head in the bonnet, it just like closes on me. It won't actually, but in my brain, it's closing on me. Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I don't want to. Do I really need to know the bare minimum about it? I was thinking like, yeah, I should know how everything works. I should get a good comprehension of things in the world that work, like cars. That's why we have mechanics. So you don't have to do that. Not for the people who are too dumb to think that they have to. For the people who are also assertive enough in their decisions to decide they don't want to. Or need to. I do like knowing the mechanics of things actually, because then I feel like some like system in your brain like ticks over and you're like, yeah, now I can really chase this thing because I got a better understanding of all the things that I'm chasing. You know what I mean? It's like when you want something, you like want that dopamine, right? But it's not just that something, it's all the stuff that leads up to that something. And therefore you can like pick up on that stuff, you know? Like if I'm chasing a girl, right? And I'm like, oh, I just wanna be with her, and I know all the steps to get there that I want to take. Then along the way I'll be looking at those steps and I'll be going, wait a minute, how am I doing? Oh, she's giving me approval. Oh yes, I'm doing good. Ah, crap, she's just not laughing. Ah, where's the approval? Give me approval, please. Why didn't you laugh at that one? Oh god, I'm sad now. oh God, and I'm panicking because now I won't be able to achieve what I tried to do and be with you in like a couple thing, and now it's like happening. Maybe that's what would happen if I learned about cars. I'd be like, oh my God, it's breaking down. I'm gonna have to fix it now. Ignorance is bliss. Who doesn't want bliss, baby? If you're not like going back to the woman thing, if you're not like head over heels for a woman, like they're the one for me. No, they're just a one for you. Excuse me? Are we in a post-apocalyptic world where there's only one woman left on this planet Earth? I don't think so. So she's not the one for you, she's a one for you. And she could be a one for you, maybe not even necessarily. And then you don't need to worry about picking up on all those things and picking up on whether she's giving you approval or not. I mean, yeah, it's good to have like a vibe of like of how she's feeling, you know, like so you can say stuff that's like appropriate and whatnot. And then we'll make her laugh, you know. But it's not good to be like, oh God, I'm not good enough, sort of thing, you know. It's like, I'm not good enough because she's not giving me approval, because I didn't pick up on that cue, that I'm doing well, so therefore I'm not good enough. And then you go, oh, I'll be sad now. But no, you're good enough with or without her. It takes a little while for your brain to comprehend that. I'm still processing it a bit myself. Because you want them so badly. You want to be with someone because you it would be nice. You believe. Yeah, but you just got to be like, I'm just having fun. You got to change the mindset, change the goals. Guys, I didn't even mean to come on here and give relationship advice, but I've been non-stop philosophizing about everything. Everything. I can't stop. I didn't think I was going to talk about that, but then I've been philosophizing about it in my head. I'll be like, oh, women lie there, so women be there. Sort of thing. But like it actually makes sense. And no one else can make sense, and it doesn't make sense to me how other people don't make sense of it. Probably the meditations I've been doing, you know, because I've gotten to the point now where I'm just like, I'm going around and I think of a thought. Well, I don't really think of a thought, it's just there, and then I think of the fact that the thought's there, or I meditate that the thought's there, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta meditate. Let's just spend my entire life being in a state of meditation where I'm just present, which is good, I guess. Now I'm really bloody confused right now, because now I've just thought of the fact of thinking, and now I'm like inside my head. Before, just talking, I was completely dead set at this camera. At this camera, bruh. Ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe I should have zoomed my camera in so it's focusing on my face. But then I'll probably go out of frame. What would happen then? And also, I wouldn't have this bit to talk about. I really need some water. I'm starving. I'm a bit parched, I meant to say. So about that philosophizing, maybe I don't even need to be unparched. Maybe I don't need to drink water, right? Because it's just a feeling, you know? Like, what feelings matter and what feelings don't matter? What feelings are just something to meditate on and be like, oh, it's just passing, it's coming and going. And then what are the things that are like, oh, that matters. It's fucking insane. I'm not even holding myself back from swearing. It's fucking crazy, like... Yeah, I'm thinking about this girl and she's like... not head over heels for me, I think. I've worked it out, but maybe not. And now I'm thinking about that. But I'm like, oh, that's not important, right? Because I'm just here. But then it's really strong in my mind. What is and isn't important. Is the fact that I'm thirsty actually an important thing? Is the fact that I thought I said an awkward thing an important thing? I'm doing an awkward shit. I think just what is important is just being honest and open, like, with yourself. And then when you're honest and open with yourself, you're like, this is how it is. You can be open and honest with the people around you, and then they start to trust you. They start to trust you a ton. When I look into that goddamn camera, I see it looking at me, and I'm like, what's happening here? And I think about the fact that I'm thinking. But I don't even feel like I'm thinking when I'm just talking, and I forget that there's a camera pointed at me. It's so cool when you look at a camera, or something that's like it's like 3D, and it's like really 3D, and you just realise that you're in the universe, you know? Like, this camera's in the middle of my room, there's stuff behind it, and there's a gap. And I can, like, see that there's space. But, like, the space is, like, a thing. Like the air molecules do exist. It's not just a void. And you can, like, sort of see into the world. It's like, oh my god, I'm alive! That's what it's like. You ever get that feeling? I only get it, like, sometimes, and it's like almost like a panic attack. You're like, oh my god, I'm alive! Oh my god, I'm gonna die! No, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna never exist again. Maybe. What the hell? I'm actually alive. I'm sort of getting it now, actually. I'm sort of inducing it. But there's nothing you can do about that, I'm afraid, motherfuckers. So you may as well either enjoy it or fucking die. Anyway, because what's the point of not dying at that point? Not of existing. What's the point of existing if you're not getting something out of it, you know? Hey? Yeah, I like that thought. I really like that thought, actually. What's the point of existing if you're not getting something out of it? So you may as well always get something out of it. And that solves my previous question, which was, what really matters? What really matters is what you get out of it. That's awesome. What matters in life is what you get out of it. Huh. I would write that down. I've been writing all this cool stuff in my journal, like, every day. Like, I have a page for each day, and then I'll write all the quotes, and I'm filling the entire thing up. It's awesome. Like, the entire page. So cool. So what matters, I'm just saying this for myself, what matters is what you get out of it. So if you're getting something out of a thought, that's when you see it as important. Not a thought, like a feeling, or like a sensation even. Like some information, I guess, that's coming into your consciousness. Which you don't even know where it is. Consciousness is just like all of you just floating about, you know, just in space. And time. But time's not really a thing. There's only right now. Time isn't really exist, you know. Just a minute ago doesn't exist. I mean, it exists in like a history book. 2022 to 2023, all the minutes in between, but it doesn't actually exist in reality. And neither does a minute from now. I mean, it will exist maybe in a minute from now, but like, not really, because it's not real to begin with. It'll still just be the moment that we have right now. The moment, not the second, because the moment's like descriptive of right now, not a second from now. You see what I mean? It's starting to really make sense to me now, like I can start to comprehend it. And I think stuff like that does actually matter, having a comprehension of. You know why? Because it matters. It's what you get. It's because you get something out of it. You don't really get anything out of knowing a car, how it works. I'm going to check the battery on this camera. Yes. Oh, let's go! Full battery! You know, that feeling, that thought, I guess it was a thought that just popped into my head. Or was, it's more of a a feeling that the camera might go flat, because I remember last time about this time it did go flat or something. And then I was like, I should check it, and it's not flat, baby. Woo! Congratulations, Archie, you're a full-time philosopher. When you can philosophize, make something seem important that's really goddamn arbitrary, and actually is like, is the camera going to go flat? And yeah, that's really what being scared is. What will happen in the future when the future doesn't exist? What will happen in a fantasy world? It's like being scared of what's going to happen in a movie or a fiction novel. You know, scared for the characters. But you know it's not real. But you feel it's real. If you've ever seen like some scary movie or something, I haven't. I just get scared by the ones that aren't scary, and I'm like, no way am I going to the actual ones that are supposed to be scary. You'd be like, yeah, it's not scary. But it is scary, and you get jump scared. My somewhere in my brain, or my consciousness, I guess, somewhere in my brain, thought that was really scary, because I could die from that, you know. I could die, or I could not reproduce. You know, this woman, she might not like me, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm not reproducing, and now I'm scared of that fact because I really don't want it to happen, because it's important to my species survival that it doesn't happen. It's like, it's really like when birds like migrate, it's like locked in, it's like intuitive, instinctive. That's the word I'm looking for. It's maladaptive to what we've got right now. So you can just adapt it yourself if you can realize what it's used for, and then like the mechanisms behind that, I believe. That's really cool. I don't think I'm talking out my ass right now. It's really cool. There was a chick at school, she was like, Archie, you're just talking just to talk out of your ass. You're not talking about anything, just talking for the sake of talking. I'm like, maybe, I'm not quite sure what I just said. So maybe then, like at the time, I wasn't quite sure what I said. And I was like, fuck, maybe I am. But that's in the past. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. Doesn't matter. I take that feedback and I'm like, I should be talking about what matters. Even if it is arbitrary. It has to have a purpose. Like helping someone, finding out how they are, being interested, finding something out. Instead of having the objective of talking. I think that applies to acting as well. I've been doing a lot of like investing in acting. I think that's what I want to pursue, like as a main. Like that's what I can actually do, make a career of, like money, that kind of stuff, and like this kind of like creative, like editing work stuff. I feel like for acting, a lot of the time when you're beginning, you're like, I'll just talk for the sake of talking, and I'll talk for the sake of the fact that there are words on a page. But really, you're not talking for that. You're talking for the sake of getting something. It's really talked about a lot, and I think I'm only just starting to realize why. Because you're talking to find out how someone is. You're talking to be meaningful. Everything has a meaning, right? Maybe you are just talking because you like talking. I mean, I existed when I maybe talked for the sake of talking, but that's your character, and that's like what they do. That's their objective, their reason. But usually, it's a lot of the time it's not. It's like, that person wants that, and this is where they are. And then all the micro cues in the way of like, I'm trying to like see how you are, to then find out Or maybe I'm doing that because I want to be polite so I can actually ask for something else later. And I'll be like, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, I can do that. And I'm like the person there, you know? I'm like the person in there. In reality, who is doing something for a reason. For a reason. Doing something for a reason. We all do something for a reason. And sometimes a lot of the time, that reason is very irrational. You'll think about running away from something you didn't need to run away from. Like, a scary conversation. You might hesitate, you might freeze when you know you should talk to someone, but you don't want to because you're like, they might not like it. They might think I'm lame. They might think I'm awkward. They might, something's gonna change. You think that like, there's something that you had before is, you're gonna lose that. You're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it. It's gonna change. Everything's always changing. It's not really changing. It just is. It's just being. And you've only got the path that is right now. You don't have what you had. There is no change because there's nothing from it, what it was to what it is. There is no change. There only is what there is, and that's always unique. 100% unique to it. There is no nothing before, there is no nothing after, there is only what there is. Maybe that's what palm readers do. Man, I should have warmed up my voice. But guess what? That's in the past and I don't give a damn, bitch. I don't care whether this podcast is going to get better or not. It's good enough. I feel like the phrase good enough is looked down upon a lot. You see people going like, it's not good enough. No. You have to be more. You have to strive. You have to get better. You have to make it good enough. Just won't cut it. Like I was at this production. I remember this key moment in grade 10 where like, we want more than good enough. We want it to be great. A lot of time you think you have to be great. Why? For who? Who? Yourself? Make yourself happy? Why? Is being great? Having the word great written across your head, would that make you feel happy? No, because otherwise everyone would just get a tattoo of the word great across their forehead. It's having that feeling of importance recognized. That feeling of being loved by yourself, right? But why do you need something else extrinsic to happen for that to realize? If you could just like yourself, you know? You could just like yourself. You know why? Because you matter, because you exist. You get this great opportunity on this earth to exist and you're like, if only I was like that. Lionel, what are you doing? I wonder. I'm really enjoying this podcast actually. I didn't think I would be so good at having these good tangents, you know? Really cool. I googled the word tangent, or like something that was like a root word of it, and I realized what it actually is. It's like a tangent line, like in maths, where you have like graphs and stuff. Oh my god, my dog's eating a wall or something and it's fallen over. I'm so confused at what he's doing. Anyway, a tangent line is like, it's like a maths where you go from one point to another, but it's like off like a main thing. But it's like, no, I think it's just 2 points that are like in conjunction with each other, and they lead on to something else. So it's leading on. Now I'm really happy with how this podcast has led on and connected all these cool thoughts that I feel like I've been having. And I'm really happy with that the cameras kept going. I'm very happy. That's a first, I believe. Yeah. Awesome. I hope they're in the one video. Otherwise, yeah, it's whatever. You know, it is whatever because I can't do anything about it. It's a bit stoic. But is it really stoic or is it just a good idea? I think it's just a good idea. Stoic, man, that's just a... Lionel, get out of the bin! He actually got out of the bin, I think. Yeah, I think that's what he was doing. Oh, now he's crying. Anyway, I better go. I better give him a cuddle. Yeah, so stoic, is it really stoic or is it just a name? It's just a name. A name is just arbitrary. A name doesn't matter. It's the principle that matters. It's the way you live that matters. The way you live is everything. And the way you live is always based on what's happening right now. Not what could happen or what has happened. It's what's happening right now. Everything else isn't real. You can still plan ahead. I'm going to have to go because I'm getting pissed off by Lionel. Well, actually, I should really feel sorry for him because he hasn't eaten his breakfast. And he doesn't like eating this like lower quality food that's actually not that bad that we got him. So now he's trying to eat the bin because apparently that's better than the non-minced food, you know. Yeah, so just focus on what matters. Yeah, so you can plan ahead, but you still you can still realize that you have stuff that you want to do, and you're doing it now because that's what you want to do, not because you're worried about something to happen. You know, if you're worrying, that's just useless. It's unnecessary stuff that isn't really based in reality. It's not worth worrying about. You know, that sort of thing. I'm going to end that podcast here today, guys. We've got a few more points here, but we'll catch you up on them next time. Yeah, sorry I missed last week. I got surprised and went camping, and it was terrifying. Really terrifying. I'll tell you about that next week if I remember or if I care, because maybe I won't care. Maybe it'll still be a cool story. I reckon it will be. I'm going to try and make them into like these cool arty videos. Put them on TikTok or something. Like this like stop motion stuff. It's like it's kind of a cool unique niche that I found for myself. Yeah, and the other thing is that like the self isn't really a real thing. There's only like what is, and the self doesn't really exist in that. I'm still a little confused about that. I think it's still like a concept. Been doing lots of meditating and a little bit of reading up on philosophy and stuff. And it's really got my mind churning on that and doing its own meditating and philosophy practice on its own. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really enjoyed today. Hope you did too. Yeah, like the video if you did. Subscribe. That'd be cool. Just let me know that if you liked it. Thanks. It actually does mean a lot when YouTubers say it means a lot. Actually, that would be really awesome. Because I'm actually kind of proud of this podcast. Don't like and subscribe to the other ones. I'm not proud of them. The ones I'm not proud of, don't worry about them. But I actually like this one. I'm very impressed with myself. I'm going to keep going.